Everyone tells you to shop the same 5 brands. You know the ones. The mall, storefront, the sale emails 3 times a week, the influencer partnerships. Most of them are fine, just fine. A little overpriced for what you get. And after a while, a little boring. Think about the last time you actually got excited about a new piece of clothing. Not, it'll do. Not, it's fine for the price. Actually, excited. If it's been a while, that's not an accident. Most of what gets recommended to women at this stage of life is built to be safe, not special, because safe is easy to sell. Safe doesn't require a brand to take any risks. And it doesn't require you to feel anything when you open the box. Here's the thing. 7 brands exist right now that most women over 60 have never even tried. Not because they're bad, because nobody's talking about them. No ad budget, no mall storefront, just quietly excellent clothes at prices that will make you wonder why you've paid full price everywhere else. And the very last one on this list is the brand my own readers email me about more than any other I've ever covered. If you skip ahead, you will miss exactly why it works. So don't. Quick thing though, before we start climbing this list. This channel exists for exactly this reason. Finding the brands nobody else covers, for women who want to look put together without overspending or chasing trends built for someone half their age. If that's useful to you, subscribe, because there are 7 more of these lists coming this month alone. And tell me in the comments where you're watching from today. Here's why this list is different from every version of it you've already seen. Most brands for women, over 60 videos, recycle the same 6 names, shuffled into a different order every time. Not because those are the best options, because they're the easiest to mention. Everyone already knows them, so nobody has to actually dig. I dig. That's the whole job here. I've spent years testing, returning, reordering, and reading through hundreds of comments from women in this exact community telling me the same thing in different words. That shopping used to feel fun, and somewhere along the way it started to feel like a chore. It's not that nothing out there fits you anymore. It's that the brands doing it right usually can't afford to shout about it. Big brands buy their way onto every list you've ever watched. Small brands earn their way on through word of mouth alone, which takes a lot longer, but it also means the recommendation actually means something. So today, we shout for them, counting down from 7 to 1. Number 1 is the gold mine. Let's go. Number 7 doesn't come from fashion at all. It comes from workwear, a brand that spent decades making rugged clothing for people who work outdoors all day. A few years ago, they quietly built a women's line on that exact same philosophy. Fabric that survives real life. Sizing built for actual bodies. Not one sample size stretched up and down a chart. A pair of their stretch woven pants runs well under $50 and holds its shape through years of gardening, travel, and washing. Even the denim has a real stretch panel in the waistband, so it moves with you instead of digging in by afternoon. Their soft-shell jackets pack down small enough to fit in a carry-on, which matters more than it sounds like it should the moment you're standing at airport security trying to decide what to wear on the plane. If you spend your day moving instead of sitting still, this brand finally gets it. Their clearance events happen twice a year, and that's exactly when the best basics quietly disappear. Set a reminder. They rarely restock the same colors, and that's just the warm-up. Number 6 ships from Britain, and it solves a problem I hear constantly. Where do you find real color and personality that still reads as polished, not costumey? This label built its whole identity on smart casual pieces with actual color running through them. Jewel tone knits, tailored trousers with real give, prints that feel intentional instead of loud. A signature sweater runs $50 to $70. Remarkable given finishing you'd normally pay double for at a department store. It stays invisible here, simply because its marketing still points at a younger UK audience. American women in this age group almost never hear about it by accident. Shop the seasonal markdowns. Not the new arrivals. That's where a third or more comes off the price. And because most pieces are built for layering, one knit can carry you through 3 seasons instead of one, which makes the price even better than it first looks. Note worth knowing before you order, their sizing runs on the UK scale, which typically means going down 2 numbers from what you'd normally buy in an American store, so check the conversion chart before you check out. 2 down, 5 to go. And every single one from here gets better than the last, which is exactly the opposite of how most of these lists usually go. If you're finding this useful, subscribe now. Every week we expose the products and hidden facts most people never hear about in this exact space, and there's a new one waiting for you every time you come back. Now, back to it. Number 5 is a small Los Angeles label built entirely to fill the gaps everyone's closet has. Easy knit dresses, flattering wrap tops, cardigans that go with everything you already own. Nothing clings where you don't want it to. Nothing balloons where you want shape. Most pieces sit under $60. It has no ad spend, no press push, just a loyal following built one satisfied customer at a time, which is exactly why almost nobody outside that following has ever heard the name. Every collection is designed as a small, self-contained wardrobe rather than a random assortment, so a top and a cardigan bought in the same order are guaranteed to work together without any guesswork on your part. 3 or 4 pieces from one order can genuinely anchor a whole capsule wardrobe, and their return policy is refreshingly simple, which matters more than people admit when you can't try something on first. Their customer service also tends to reply within a day, and if you've dealt with a larger retailer's chatbot lately, you already know exactly how rare that actually is. Number 4 solves the fight you have with yourself every single morning, comfortable or put together. This one refuses to make you choose. Easy resort wear. Caftans, relaxed dresses, breezy separates. Don't let the word resort fool you. These work on a quiet Tuesday exactly as well as a weekend getaway. The prints are abstract and grown-up, never costume-like, and the fabric is light enough to be a genuine favorite for anyone dealing with hot flashes. Most pieces land between $70 and $90. It's a tiny operation. That's the whole reason you haven't heard of it. No marketing machine behind it, just word of mouth from women who tried it once and quietly stopped shopping anywhere else for this category. The prints rotate seasonally and rarely repeat exactly, so a piece you buy this year won't show up on 3 other women at the same event next summer, which is a small thing that ends up mattering more than you'd expect. Pack 2 of these instead of 5 heavier outfits next time you travel, and you'll actually understand why so many women quietly rebook the same brand trip after trip. Halfway there. And I mean it when I say the second half is stronger than the first, especially the very last name on this list, which I still think about every time I open my own closet. Number 3 fixes a very specific frustration: finding a size range that actually stretches both directions without treating the women at either edge like an afterthought. This label built its name on genuinely extended sizing. 00 through 40, petite and tall built in from the start, not bolted on later. The basics, tees, jeans, sweaters, are priced like basics, but the engineering behind them is not. Straight-leg jeans hover around $80, a real number next to premium denim charging 2 or 3 times that for far less thought. Multiple inseam lengths and multiple rises are standard, not a special order. So a petite frame and a taller frame both get jeans that actually reach the right spot on the leg instead of pooling at the ankle or stopping short. Their product photos show the full size range on every page, so you can actually see how something fits a body like yours before you buy it. If one size fits most has ever made you feel like an afterthought, this brand exists specifically to undo that feeling. Don't drift off now. Number 1 is coming, and it's the actual reason I made this video. Everything so far has been about closing gaps. What's next is about upgrading the whole thing. Number 2 carries a name you might actually recognize, just not for this reason. Founded by an actress with deep Southern roots, it's built around classic, feminine, unmistakably polished pieces. Tailored blouses, ladylike dresses, accessories with just enough personality to feel like you, not a costume. It gets overlooked in this age group because its marketing skews younger, but the cuts and the finishing rate is timeless, not trendy. A blouse runs around $60, and the scarves and handbags photograph like pieces worth twice as much. The sale section rotates constantly, and that's exactly where the value hides. Boutique window pieces at a fraction of boutique prices. And because the brand leans into one consistent point of view, instead of chasing whatever's trending, a piece bought 3 years ago still coordinates easily with something you'd add today. One left. And here it is. Number 1. The actual gold mine. A direct-to-consumer brand built around a single mission. Genuinely ethical cashmere at a price that has nothing to do with luxury markup. They work directly with herders, instead of routing through the layers of middlemen that inflate cashmere prices at every department store counter. Your money goes toward the material and the craftsmanship, not a name stitched on a tag. And that direct relationship is also part of why the quality stays consistent order after order, instead of quietly getting thinner the way mass-produced cashmere so often does over time. A classic crew neck costs a fraction of comparable quality at a mall retailer, and it holds its shape year after year without pilling or stretching at the neckline. Cardigans, wraps, even cashmere loungewear round out the line. Most of it around a third of what you'd expect to pay elsewhere for the same fiber. This is the sweater you're still wearing in 10 years. Thrown over a blouse for errands. Dressed up with a blazer for dinner. It also happens to make one of the easiest gifts you'll ever give. Because unwrapping something that actually feels expensive tends to land a lot better than something that just looks expensive on a hanger. No app. No mall storefront. No marketing team. Just women who found it once, told 1 or 2 friends, and kept the rest to themselves. That silence is exactly why it stayed hidden this long. Now, the bonus. The 8th pick that nearly took the top spot. A mail-order comfort brand that's quietly served women for decades, specializing in soft, wearable basics and outerwear that has never once chased a trend. It skips every best brands list because it feels a little old-fashioned to anyone scrolling for what's new, which is precisely the point. Their fleece jackets and cabled cardigans are the kind of thing you buy once and reach for every single week for years without a second thought, long after trendier pieces from other brands have already been donated. Their catalog sales run 40 to 50% off pieces that were already reasonable, and their robes and lounge sets sell out around the holidays every year without fail. Bought one you like. Order it. Reorders can take weeks, and sometimes the fabric never comes back at all, which, if you think about it, is the exact opposite problem every other brand on this list is trying to solve by chasing more attention, not less. Put all 8 of these together, and you don't just have a shopping list. You have a small wardrobe overhaul. Durable pants that survive real life. A pop of color nobody else at the store is wearing. Reliable basics that fill the gaps. Something soft for the days that call for it. Sizing that finally treats you like a person instead of a number. A classic piece for dressing up or down. And a cashmere sweater you'll still be wearing in a decade. That's the real gold mine. Not one brand. A different way of shopping altogether. Once you start noticing which brands are actually built with you in mind, it gets a lot harder to go back to paying full price out of habit. And it gets a lot easier to spot the difference between a brand that's marketed well and a brand that's actually made well, because those are almost never the same thing. If this helped you today, subscribe. It genuinely helps this channel keep finding these for you every week. Now tell me, which one of these 7 surprised you the most? Comment it below. I read every single one, and it tells me exactly what to dig up next for a future list. And if you know someone still overpaying at the same 3 stores everyone recommends, send this her way. It might just become the video she thanks you for later. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I only make lists like this because I genuinely want you to stop settling for fine when you could be wearing something you actually love. Fine gets you through the day. It doesn't make you excited to open your closet in the morning. And you deserve a little more than fine at this point in your life. If you want to know exactly which pieces to start with from each brand, there's a video right here that walks you through it item by item, so you're not left guessing where to begin. I'll see you there.